We're here tonight, 11-11-11. Instead of playing Skyrim, we're playing Warhammer. Ivor and I are trying two new armies. Actually, he's tried Empire once. He's playing Empire, and I got some Ogres. Pretty close to painted up, but I'm still working on it. We rolled and got the meeting engagement scenario. The diagonal is kind of this way, as you see now. Mostly the Ogres are lined up against the line. In terms of scenery, we have just a regular building here. Mysterious Forest, we don't know what that is. The Garden of More Statues to Banestone. Coming over here, the base for this forest is actually a marsh, and inside of it is a weirding well. There's a couple of fences set up and a wizard's tower. Ogres are on this side. I've got two Mournfang cavalry there. Got a unit of Iron Guts, and inside is the Battle Standard Bearer. That's kind of the big red standard is Battle Standard Bearer. These Graveguard represent some Noblars, Noblar Trappers. Over here we've got just some bulls, and in the back this black guy is just a butcher. I'm kind of converting him because I don't want to pay the steep price for him. And over here we've got 4 Lead Belchers, and this guy's a slightly undersized Saber Tusk. What do you have on your side?
Steam Tank, Halberdier, Battle Standard Bearer, level 2 Metal Wizard, and then there's an Arch Lector in there. We have 11 Handgunners, a Great Cannon, and then my Pistolier's got held in reserve.
That's right, Ogres didn't have any in reserve, but Empire does get to go first. We're a little fuzzy on actually when those reinforcements can come in. I think the book technically says any turn, but we're not sure if they're have to be held back and how that would affect Vanguard movement. But I think we're going to roll with he can't come in on turn 1. So we'll figure that out. I'll come back at the end of Empire turn 1. Okay, at the end of Empire turn 1, the Steam Tank generated 4 steam points, moved forward, shot the cannon, and blew up an Iron Gut. And over here, way on the hill, the cannon also blew up another Iron Gut. During the magic phase, the Ogres dispelled the spell that would have given the Lead Belchers -1 at ballistic skill, hit, and all that stuff. But that took all the dispel dice, so Selector was able to make his unit unbreakable, as well as giving the Battle Standard Bearer rerolling hits and wounds. There was no close combat, so that's it for the turn, and now on to Ogre's turn 1. Okay, the end of Ogre turn 1 saw the Mournfang kind of come up and to the side of the Steam Tank. We had the brave Noblars charged in to try to tie up the Steam Tank while the Iron Guts are trying to hightail it on the side. The other side over here, the Saber Tusk marched up. The Lead Belchers also marched up, and the bulls with the cast around the corner there also moved up. During the magic phase, the Butcher cast Troll Guts. He cast the upgraded version, giving both his unit and the Lead Belchers regeneration. However, it was irresistibly cast, and in the miscast, he lost all his wizard levels. During shooting, the Lead Belchers managed to pick off 2 of these they're not Pistoliers, handgunners down there. And during close combat, no wounds were dealt. During the stand and shoot, charge in, or during the close combat itself. Now we're going on to Empire turn 2. A bold and brazen turn for the Empire. During movement, reinforcements showed up, got to the side of the Mournfang and blasted them. I think they just put 2 wounds out. They didn't kill the one, did they?
There was one from the magic phase with Searing Dew.
Yeah. So, after magic phase and shooting, basically we're left with one Mournfang who's panicked and running. During close combat, the Steam Tank just ground up and ate 4 Noblars, and they panicked. And so they fled basically through the Ogres. During the magic phase, we had the -1 ballistic skill and weapon skill to the Lead Belchers, and they took a wound. Actually, they took 5 total wounds from the Handgunners, which was pretty awful. So they're down to 3 models left. I believe that's all that happened on this turn of note. Very painful turn. And the Steam Tank also shot the Iron Guts and did another wound over there. Other than that, we're going on to Ogre's turn 2. Took the top off the tower to make it a little more visible. End of the Ogre's turn, we had the Noblars and the Mournfang rallied. It was pretty great. So they kind of just stayed where they were. The Iron Guts booked it and made their leadership test and just marched on the side of the Steam Tank. The Bulls kind of just made it on the side or getting in the way. That provided some cover for the Lead Belchers shooting, and they weren't able to hit anyone. And the Lone Saber Tusk is making his way over there to mess up some War Machines. And yeah, there was no magic phase because I actually just dispelled 2 effects that were up from the Arch Lecter, and that was it for the Ogre's turn, going into Empire 3. Okay, end of the Empire's turn. For movement, the Steam Tank kind of pulled around the tower and took a shot over there in the shooting phase at the Lead Belchers and missed. The Halberdiers actually charged the Iron Guts that were there and wiped them out, and then reformed to fight the Bulls on this side. The Saber Tusk was picked off during shooting by the cannon, just direct hit. These guys were unable to do any wounds during shooting to the Mournfang who's sitting there.
Blocked.
Yep, they were. And I believe that is it. There's some magic went off, kind of did the debuff on the Iron Guard, the -1 to hit, and that that really hurt them. But other than that, that's pretty much the turn. So it's not looking very good for the Ogres, but we're going to push on. Before we move on to the Ogre's turn, it should be noted that it was an unbelievable dice blowout. A Yahtzee of sorts of 6s repeatedly. Really bad luck for the Ogres. End of the Ogre's turn, we finally saw some dead Empire. The Mournfang charged and broke and overran, overran the Pistoliers. The Noblars made it and are trying to tie up the Steam Tank, but have yet to put a wound on the guy. The Lead Belchers shot, did some wounds, but the Handgunners held. And in this combat here, the Bulls wheeled around, charged in, did like 13 wounds, took like 7, but they're steadfast, so they held. And that's basically it for combat. There wasn't really anything to do for magic. So now we're going to go into Empire's turn. Alright, end of the Ogre turn. Basically what happened is Ogres, the Bulls lost combat by 4. They broke, got overran. The Noblars finally bit it to like an infinity amount of grind attacks, and the cannon missed the Mournfang. And I think the Handgunners just did like a wound or something, or didn't do too much to the Lead Belchers. So very, very few Ogres remain in the battlefield. So there wasn't much we could do. The game basically ended here. Good game for the Empire. They blew the hell out of the Ogres, and at the end of the game, we had 1 Mournfang and a few Lead Belchers trying to the best they could, but they couldn't really do anything effective. So good game for the Empire, and fun to play these 2 armies together.